That was quite a sigh.
So seriously, you guys are spying for Arjul, right?
What? Of course not.
I've never heard of the Military Powers Act being used against anyone other than Arjul spies.
You're thinking too much into this.
Why are you so concerned about this? Unless you're spying for Rashagal.
No. I was just thinking that if you were spying for Arjul, maybe you could use your connections to score me some high-paying intelligence work.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I assure you I will pay your fee. You just have to wait a little bit longer.
Fair enough. But even with your special friend discount, the interest is piling up.
Welcome.
3 rooms, please. But before that, can we get something to eat?
Oh, my apologies, but our cook isn't in yet. Hey, is she okay?
Can we at least use your kitchen?
Yes, please. Help yourself. Your friend looks like she's about to pass out.
My stomach, it really is growling. And here I thought that was just a silly human expression.
Hey, not bad.
Not bad. It's good. I quite enjoy ingesting calories with you. Humans should learn to cherish these simple pleasures. Good morning, Alvin. Sorry you had to carry me up there.
Don't worry about it. Just part of the job.
Oh?
So now what are you gonna do?
Well...
Good morning.
Good day, Jude. I was just about to share my plans with Alvin.
What is it?
I'm thinking of returning to Nia Khera.
Is that your hometown?
More accurately, it's where my shrine is. If I go back, I might be able to re-summon the Four.
So, she really is Maxwell.
This is where you come in, Jude. Will you accompany me to Nia Khera?
What?
It's true that you brought your current situation upon yourself, but I bear some of the blame as well. I'll put in a good word for you with the people of Nia Khera. I'm sure they'll look after you.
Wow, you've put a lot of thought into this.
Yes. Remember when you told me I seemed unconcerned? I decided to take that to heart.
Mila, you don't need to practice your swordplay anymore?
No need to concern yourself with my martial abilities.
Well, if nothing else, you know how to swing the pointy end.
Okay, I'll come with you.
Good. You needn't worry.
A little more practice wouldn't hurt, though.
You think so?
Better safe than sorry. Come find me once you're ready to go.
Wait, you're coming with us, Alvin?
Why not? I've come this far.
Hey, Mila?
Hmm?
Thanks.
So these ships have spirits channeled into their sails to intensify the winds they catch. What a clever idea. Human spirit arts can be very impressive.
Ready to hit the road?
Mila, you said it's north of here?
How far?
Less than half a day's flight time, if we could fly using Sylph's power.
Oh, well, I'm afraid my wings are, you know, non-existent. I hope we can find a place to rest along the way.
The map showed a village in that direction, so we should be okay.
Either way, we can't just stay here. We must press forward.
I know. Is Milo really that Maxwell? She does act a bit nutty, but she looks normal enough.
I think it's true. When I first met her, Mila had the 4 great spirits with her.
What? Get out of here.
No, seriously. Fire spirit Efreet, water spirit Undine, wind spirit Sylph, and earth spirit Gnome. It was the first time I'd ever seen them in person, but there was no mistaking who they were.
That's a mighty exclusive club. Can't imagine they hang out with a lot of mortal girls.
Yeah.
Out of our way! Attack!
All right!
Oops. Gotta straighten my scarf.
You sure do love that thing.
Don't you? It's one of Fismage's finest. Custom made for yours truly.
I don't know much about brands, but it does look good on you.
You gotta be careful about what you wear, kid. It's how the world judges a man.
I'd rather think what's inside is what counts.
Yeah, and this is how what's inside gets projected to the outside.
You don't believe some people shape what's outside in order to conceal the ugliness within?
Well, if you can't see through a false front, isn't that your problem?
So you blame the victims for being deceived?
If that's really what you believe, Alvin, it tells me all I need to know about what's within.
Man, I sure slipped up this time, huh?
Attack!
All right!
Nice job!
All right!
Attack!
Demon Fist! All right!
Attack!
Demon Fist! All right!
Walking sure is grueling.
That's unexpected coming from you.
I'm just used to having Sylph fly me everywhere. The only time I ever really walked was when I used Undine to travel across water.
I see.
Maybe this is your punishment for treating the 4 great spirits like your personal servants?
Servants? They may help out now and then, but they're the ones who pester me. They're like a bunch of bickering in-laws that never go home.
Did you just call the four?
Bickering in-laws?
Demon Fist!
Attack! You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks. Demon Fist! Onward! Kick! All right! Demon Fist! All right! Compared to Fenmont's night climb, the sky in Aujul sure is bright.
That's true. The spirit climbs here are much more stable.
What are you talking about? What do you intend to climb?
Clime. Surely the great Lady Maxwell knows all about the subject?
Don't flatter yourself by assuming I recognize every arbitrary word you humans create. Human arrogance can be so trying.
Mila, do you know what Riza Maxia is made of?
As if I wouldn't know? The power of spirits composes the entire natural world.
Right. The term spirit climb refers to the balance of spirit power. When that power is out of balance, nature can become polarized in one direction. That's why there are unusual spirit climbs, like the perpetual night of Fenmont.
I see. Thank you. Now I understand. You're very good at explaining things.
My pleasure.
Oh, I see how it is. I guess I'm just an arrogant human compared to little old innocent Jude.
Hit! All right! Demon Fist! All right!
You're starting to look pretty good with that blade.
I do seem to possess an aptitude for sword fighting.
Demon Fist! Onward! All right! Night Terror! All right! Demon Fist! All right!
Nice. You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks.
You guys should have stayed home.
Onward! All right! Demon Fist! Over already? Demon Fist! Kick! Onward! Kick! Over already?
Nice job. Attack!
Hit! All right!
Don't get killed.
Demon Fist!
Attack! You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder.
Demon Fist! Hit! Demon Fist! All right! Demon Fist! Hit! Over already? Wow, that's an impressive amount of fruit.
I'm catching a whiff of cider. Oh, they must have orchards here.
Well, well, well. We don't get many visitors here.
Do you live here, ma'am?
I would hope so. I'm the mayor.
Is this the right road to Nia Khera?
Nia Khera. Now that's a name I haven't heard in ages.
What do you mean?
It's what people called a long-forgotten village. I don't even know if it still exists. I heard tales of the village as a child. People claimed it lies beyond the Kijara Sea Falls.
Where can we find it?
You'll need to cross some seriously rugged terrain to get there. It won't be an easy journey.
In that case, we should probably rest here before heading on.
Agreed.
I'm afraid our little village doesn't have an inn. Not much call for one. But I've an extra room in my house. You're welcome to use it if you like.
Thank you for your hospitality, ma'am.
Check it out. Suddenly, we're looking down on the world.
Yeah, we really have come a long way.
So, why bother taking human form at all?
Spirits are really just masses of mana. They can't interact with the temporal world in that state. For a spirit to take physical form, it needs a catalyst of a corresponding element. As an example, the fire spirit of Efreet can take form as a blazing inferno.
And as Maxwell, you can be any element, right?
The human body contains all 4 elements, so it's the perfect catalyst for me to take a physical form.
What would happen if you lost your catalyst?
I would gather elements to make a new one, but I'd have to wait for it to grow up.
Grow up? You mean you start as a baby?
It's time-consuming, but if you want to use a human form as a catalyst, you have to wait for the body to develop.
So even the Lord of Spirits isn't omnipotent.
Not in this human realm, anyway.
Let's just be grateful she didn't go with the male model, eh?
Wouldn't bother me.
Oh, you swing both ways?
That's not what I meant. What are you looking at?
Nothing. Get lost.
Wrong answer, Squirt. Now we really want to know what you're looking at.
It's some sort of shiny object.
It's my shiny object. Finders keepers.
Looks like a puzzle. A difficult one at that.
How about this?
Whoa, what's happening?
This looks like our letters, but different. More like ancient writing.
Let's see here. Heed my words, for I am Aifread, the intrepid explorer who has crossed the world's edge without fear. Yada yada yada, more self-promotion. Here we go. At last, I have reached Terra Incognita. But alas, I am unable to return home. I shall take my many treasures, seal them in arks, and scatter them about this land. It is my hope that they shall serve as beacons to those explorers who follow in my footsteps.
I'm impressed, Alvin.
But I still don't know what it means.
I've heard of this Aifread. He's a legendary pirate. He raided cities all throughout Rize Maxia ages ago. He set off to find the end of the world and never returned. Or so the legend goes.
Nice of him to put his treasures in these boxes for us.
The pirate Aifread's treasures? Oh, I want to find him too.
Maybe you should learn to read first, young man.
Yeah, good idea. You'll all wait for me, right? And keep this Aifread treasure stuff between us.
Morning. What are you up to?
Watching people.
Okay. Say, Mila, can I ask you something? What's a Spyrix? Why were you trying to destroy that device in Fenmont?
Spyrex technology is something humans were never meant to have. So, I must take it away from them.
Why?
That is none of your concern.
So you don't trust me?
That's not it. Look, if you saw a toddler playing with a knife, what would you do?
I'd probably snatch it away.
And what would be your reason?
Because it's dangerous. The baby doesn't know how to use a knife. He could cut himself, or worse.
There's your answer.
What? But we're not babies. If we understand what we're dealing with, and if we see the dangers, we can learn how to use it safely.
So you say. But to me, you're no different than infants. I will do what I must to protect this world. If that means destroying the lens of Kresnik, so be it. It's my mission.
I see.
Don't worry, Jude. None of this will concern you once we reach Nia Khera. What's going on?
It would seem we can't linger around here anymore.
So they did follow us.
I don't know, kid. They found us awfully fast considering this isn't their home turf.
Well, it's not like we can ask them about it. Let's go before they find us.
There's an exit in the western part of town. That must be the way to the Kajara Sea Falls.
The soldiers beat us here.
Great. Now what?
We force our way through.
Right, and fast, before any more arrive.
So that's your plan? Just charge through? I thought I was hot-headed.
Excuse me.
What is it?
What are you doing?
We're trying to figure out how to get past those soldiers.
Way to cut to the chase.
So, those people, they're in your way?
Hey! What? Ah!
What in the world? How did you do that?
What's going on here? Child, you know you're never to leave the shed. Rashugal troops, curse you. How dare you come here?
Huh? Where's she going?
Which way did she go?
Toward the square.
What? No, she mustn't. You all must be outsiders. You should hurry and leave this place.
I have no idea what just happened, but I ain't complaining. Things just got easier for us.
Let's get out of here. You know that girl we saw in Hamil?
The one with the weird doll thing? What about her?
You didn't think that was odd?
You can't waste your energy on other people's business. All part of growing up, kid.
But she was controlling that doll and shady people were chasing her. That doesn't bother you?
Yeah, plenty of that going around. I mean, just look at ourselves. I think we have enough on our own plates. You really want more irregularities in life? Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, mind you. No one's got a bigger helping of weird than Mila, and she doesn't seem to mind.
Well, that's certainly true. Here we go! Onward. Demon Fist! Onward. Demon Fist! Hero Sir! Hit! Demon Fist! All right! Onward. Hit! Attack! I'll cover you. Take this!
Should have gone a little easier.
Out of our way.
Hit! Demon Fist! Pull stop! Hit! Demon Fist!
You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks. Demon Fist! Hit! I'll cover you. Not yet.
Who's next? Should have gone a little easier.
Demon Fist! Let's go!
Roger.
Final kill!
Who's next? Should have gone a little easier.
Onward! Hit! Hit! Demon Fist!
Should have gone a little easier.
Out of our way.
Hit! 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 Demon Fist!
The name's Alvin, and don't you forget it.
Onward! Hit! A Demon Fist!
Who's next? Should have gone a little easier.
I'll handle this. All right! Demon Fist!
You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks.
Don't get killed.
Demon Fist! Demon Fist! Demon Fist! All right!
Tiger Blade! Who's next? Should have gone a little easier.
Here we go! Demon! All right!
Who's next? Should have gone a little easier. Once we cross the Kijara Sea Falls, we'll reach Nia Khera, the village of the spirits. At least the soldiers didn't come after us.
I hope we didn't make trouble for those villagers. They were so kind to us, too.
What else could we do but run? Rashogal's troops showed up.
The villagers picked the fight, not us.
How can you talk like that? Maybe they were trying to protect us.
If you're worried about them, then maybe you should go back. It was a pleasure knowing you, Jude. Thank you for all of your help.
How can you be so cold?
You'd rather I get emotional? I'm afraid I don't have that luxury. What is it you humans say? I've no time for waxing sentimental.
Because of your mission?
Precisely.
So you think your emotions would prevent you from doing what you have to do?
Can a person still fulfill their duty if they become emotional?
Only one way to find out. You'd have to try and see.
Well then, you should take your own advice.
Huh?
Just be yourself and do what you have to do. Maybe then you'll have your answer.
I suppose.
Don't go thinking you have to act like the great Lord Maxwell here. You're only human.
Hey, are you on a mission too?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Are you sure you really want to know?
Huh?
I don't want to make you feel like the odd one out now. So, what are you gonna do, kid? Go back to the village?
No.
All right, then let's go.
Out of our way! Onward!
The name's Alvin, and don't you forget it.
It looks like we can climb up here.
Well, after you, milady.
Attack! Onward!
Demon Fist!
Attack!
Demon Fist! Tiger Blade! Demon Fist!
Should have gone a little easier.
Demon Fist! All right!
Onward.
Demon
Nice
Fist!
job.
Demon Fist!
Should have gone a little easier.
All right! Demon Fist! Demon Fist!
You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks.
Onward! Attack! Attack!
Demon Fist!
Who's next?
You did it! Over already?
Don't get killed.
Hit! All right!
Nice.
Over already? Demon Fist! Hit! Alright, hit! Over already?
So this is experience.
Demon Fist! Hit!
You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks. I won't let anyone down.
I wonder how we can reach out to the Azul military.
Why are you so interested in them?
Because they say the Azul military hires based on ability, regardless of status.
That's certainly not how it works in Rashigal.
Is that right?
Yeah, all of Rashigal's officials are descended from nobility.
Traditions are lovely and all, but that doesn't leave a lot of juicy gigs for mercenaries like myself.
But I wouldn't want to live in Azul. The clans are always fighting amongst themselves. There's no way I'd be able to concentrate on my studies.
Different humans have such different priorities.
And here you sit, above it all.
Correct. I don't intervene in the affairs of human society.
Demon Fist! Hit! Demon Fist! All right!
Whoa, that's something. They're like spears of stone jutting out of the sea.
They say you get unusual terrain like this at points where two spirit climbs collide. Now that we're almost to Nia Khera, I'm getting curious. Is it a nice place?
Yes, I'm very fond of it. It has a certain kind of serenity. When I meditate there, it feels like my power is concentrated.
Wow.
Let's take 5. All those rocks were murder on my feet.
We can rest once we reach the village.
Oh, come on, relax. Nia Khera isn't going anywhere. Right? Rest a while.
Oh, sure. Hey, I won't argue with that.
That Alvin. I don't need his concern. Huh?
You must be tired. That was way too easy.
Who are you?
I'm not telling.
What do you think you're doing?
Where could it be hiding? That little treasure of yours. Come now, give it up.
Not a chance.
Oh, have I found your limit? I see. Are you certain about that? What's wrong? Does that hurt? Come clean and I'll make the pain stop.
Do what you want. I don't really care. Pain means nothing to me.
Very well. I'll have to take you with me.
Who are you?
You like her? Is she the one who caught your eye?
All right, let her go. I could care less what you're here for, but she's my employer right now.
Then stay back. Unless you want me to kill your golden goose.
Who are you? Who was it that hired you to do this?
Do you really expect me to just tell you? What do you take me for? Do I honestly look that easy to you? We're gonna have a lot of fun together later. Just you wait and see. Oh, you're just gonna watch her die then? With friends like that. Huh?
What's the expression? Out of the frying pan.
And into the firefight. Come on, let's clean up this mess.
It's charging!
Attack!
And that's how we do it.
I didn't think that was possible.
We should practice chaining our attacks for the future.
So you spotted that monster camouflaged as a boulder? Good eyes, kid.
Did you ever consider what would have happened if the creature charged at you instead of that woman?
It wouldn't have mattered either way. Alvin still would have gotten into that woman's blind spot.
You thought of all the angles that quickly? What are you, a tactical genius?
Genius is a good word. Not many people can think that fast.
Hey, it was nothing.
Thank you, Jude. You too, Alvin.
Hey, where'd that woman go?
Hold your horses, Mr. Honor Student. We're not gonna get anywhere if we spend all day worrying about the bad guys. Come on, let's get moving. That's quite the spectacle. What do you say? Up for a quick dip?
If you're intent on that, I won't try to stop you. But I can see monsters waiting under the water. Well, that was something. I've never seen such a large monster before.
Monsters who experience a mutation in their mana lobes can expand to massive sizes.
You read that in a book?
Yep.
Not much gets a rise out of you, does it? You're no fun at all.
You didn't seem particularly surprised yourself.
Well, that wasn't anything I haven't seen before.
You've traveled around the world and seen all sorts of things, huh?
All true, but I've never seen anyone pick a fight with a monster that big before.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to show you a new experience.
Lucky me.
Demon Fist! Let's go!
Roger.
Igneous Cry! Over already?
Out of our way.
Demon Fist! Demon Fist!
Onward.
Demon Fist!
You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks.
All right, not bad.
So, any idea who that woman was?
No clue. Although she did seem to know me.
I imagine you mercenaries make a lot of enemies in your line of work.
Although, I have to admit, she was really pretty.
I never pegged you for the bad girl type, kid. Or maybe you just like older women.
I don't know. Maybe.
We've arrived.
So this is Nia Khera.
Huh. I thought it would be fancier.
Excuse me. Where's Ivor?
He went off to find Lord Maxwell and... Lord Maxwell?
Yes, I have returned.
I can't believe you deigned to speak to me. I am unworthy.
I guess she's the real deal.
She's something, all right.
Not everyone gets to road trip with a major deity. I had my doubts.
Please relax. No need for formalities. You say Ivor isn't here?
Yes, but he should have returned by now. We're worried about him.
I see. He always did have a short temper. Please, return to your work. I need to perform the ritual to resummon the four at my shrine. But it would seem my handmaid is away. Would you mind lending a hand?
What? You mean we can help you?
I'm not exactly a religious scholar.
It's nothing difficult. The village has 4 altars, each with a temporal stone.
So you want us to bring those to the shrine you mentioned?
Precisely.
Why not just ask the villagers for help?
You saw what just happened. Except for my handmaid, I don't really fraternize with the villagers. They can barely look at me, let alone hold a conversation.
Ah, the trials of godhood. Well, I guess a little physical labor won't kill us. Right, kid?
We can handle it.
Don't worry, Jude. I'll explain your predicament to the villagers after the ceremony. Please be patient for just a little longer.
Sure. Okay, let's get hunting for those temporal stones. You said they were in the village?
Yes. Gather the stones and bring them to the shrine. It lies beyond the village. Compared to the outside world, I guess Nia Khera really is quaint.
Here we go. This must be one of the temporal stones.
Correct. We need 3 more just like that.
There we go. All 4 temporal stones.
I appreciate your efforts. Let's bring them to the shrine beyond the village.
So, all the arts that channel the 4 great spirits don't work anymore?
Yeah, not since the silencing 20 years ago. The power of the 4 disappeared overnight, causing a worldwide panic.
And when did Mila take human form again?
20 years ago.
Wait, are the 2 related?
Yes, that was me. I reserved the 4 for my personal use.
Seriously?
I have no reason to deceive you. Of course, even I can't summon them now, so you'll have to take my word for it.
This is your hometown, Mila? It's so normal.
Isn't it nice? It's so quiet here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Pretty weak, huh? I was expecting something freaky.
Hey, come on.
Did you say something?
Oh, I was just wondering if your parents were around.
Spirits don't have parents.
And how were you born?
I took this form 20 years ago. I appeared along with the 4 in the village shrine.
Why?
You seem to have a lot of questions about me.
Just trying to keep Jude entertained. He was complaining about how boring the village was.
Jude, do you crave chaos that much?
What? I didn't say anything like that.
Nia Khera really is the sticks, huh?
How about we just call it simple?